I've got the YouTube going. All right. Let me spotlight the fly here. And then turn it over to you, Chris, to talk about it.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, over to you.
As soon as I find where my monofilament went.
All right, guys. So, yeah, the fly I had recommended to Bill and Jim this month is called the Redfish Rattlefly. So it's a Southwest Florida fly that was developed essentially to be kind of a shrimp pattern for off-colored water. So something that just has a bit of a profile, kind of has a jigging action, and takes advantage of a pair of glass beads, which help it click a little bit. I have caught smaller redfish as well as speckled trout on kind of a tan shrimp version of it. However, when it was first recommended to me, it was actually recommended as a freshwater fly. I was chatting with some folks on an ultralight fly rotting forum, so 3 weights and lighter, and was asking about possible flies to chase chain pickerel with. And one of the members out in Texas had suggested this pattern. It's light enough, you can easily throw it on a 3 or a 4 weight. Has a nice bait fish profile, runs hook up so it doesn't snag real easy, and it takes only a couple of minutes to tie. I've caught a few pickerel on it since that recommendation, but it's also turned out to be really good for fishing the spotted bass and streams we have here in Louisiana. And honestly, a little bit of everything else. I've caught largemouth, all sorts of brim on it, sac-a-lait. So it's just a solid all-around streamer to have in the box. And it's a lot lighter than a clouser. So if you're fishing shallower water, it should do a pretty good job of keeping you from hanging up on the bottom throughout. That's about all I have on it. So I'll let Jim and Bill take over from here, but hopefully it's something you guys can put to use.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, thanks, Chris.
All right, not a problem. You guys have a good evening.
Okay, thanks, bud.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Take care.
Pass these out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I stopped by earlier to drop them off. I thought you needed them before.
Yeah, that's okay. That's a little bag of fly. We have about 20 of those. What we had last month? 20 groups and meal and leg. Well,
One of you's waiting on the invitation.
All right, let me grab a pen. All right, and I am going to go ahead and turn it over to Jeff. We've got another little door prize, some materials we're going to draw, and what I'll do for all of y'all that are online, I will write your name on the ticket and draw for you, and if you get it, I'll mail it to you.
Hey, Jeff, you sit there, you'd be in the middle of all the materials. Then you won't have to sort them out.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. All right, can everybody see the fly? All your remote folks, John, Mark, Flip,
Yeah.
Peter? Okay, good. Good.
Yeah.
All right, Jim, it is all yours.
Okay, I think everybody should have a hook. We're using a B210 size 4. I'm gonna tie it in chartreuse and white because that's what I've got over here. Chris was talking about for bass flies and stuff, and that's generally my go-to color. So I'm using a red thread or close to red. So the first step is to wrap the shank from the eye back to the hook point. And trim the tag off. Let me know when you get that far. Next thing, you should have a piece of monofilament. Okay, wrap it on top, move it up about 3/4 up the hook and wrap it down on the hook shank. And bring your thread back to the over it and move it back up to about halfway on the hook shank. Everybody there yet?
There you go.
Still have your mono?
I get it. Yeah. And this is 10 pounds mono, but probably could use up to about 50 pounds.
Okay, while they're catching up, the next thing you should have some beads. I guess it don't matter what color or whatever, but we've got some clear. Clear, we all cut different colors, but I got clear ones. You need to put 2 beads on that monofilament. So y'all bear with me because I'll probably drop them 10 times.
Just beads up there. Yeah, the color you want. Clear red or brown.
I promise these Hobby Lobby beads, the hole is pretty small.
Never use brass bead. That's for a little
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, it's just,
I have some glass beads that I use. Yeah, these are these beads that in these.
okay, so put 2 beads on a piece of monofilament. And then we're gonna pull that monofilament forward to about the halfway point where you stopped your thread. And wrap it so it's on top. And kind of wrap back. Don't get all tangled up.
I'm doing a reverse tie on it too, pulling it back.
And come back over it and secure it. And cut off the excess monofilament. This, Bill was telling you that this is 10-pound test. Probably a little heavier would secure those beads where they would stay up on top. And then advance, you thread back up to about halfway. If you got a rotary vise, turn it over. We're gonna work on the other side. Everybody with me? If I get going too fast, someone stop me.
Now, I guess when I use the heavier line, usually crimp it sometimes, so you grip a little bit better on the When you're tying it down, so something like this, that doesn't slide out.
Yeah, there you go. I've doubled that up. Yeah, that'd probably work. Everybody good? Okay. So you should have your thread about a quarter of the way back from the eye. Half it probably, a little over half would work. Because you're gonna have to tie in a light colored bucktail, moving from it, tie a darker colored bucktail, and then your flash on the end. So you gotta have room for that. Now, speaking of bucktail, this is sparse. And when you think you've got enough, you probably got too much. So it doesn't take very much.
Are your eyes just, are those eyes are just,
That's just beads hanging, but
Okay.
to make it balance
okay.
or help make it that way.
They don't have much weight.
And there's no weight to these glass ones. See, I did this one with brass bead. So it's a little heavier,
Brass or glass?
brass or whatever they are.
Imagine if you drop the tongue, the bead or two off of it.
Okay, everybody up? Okay, this bucktail should be the length, about 2 to 2.5 times the length of the fly itself. And you probably don't need but about that much. It's not very much off. And trim off the butts to get them even. And this is the part I have a lot of difficulty with myself because the hook is inverted and you're trying to tie on the bottom of the bucktail. So kind of get to split the hook. And then take like 2 loose wraps and just tighten it down and get it on top. And I like to trim away this excess, but don't cut it too short where it'll pull out. We're gonna fix the pulling out part before we get through. Okay, once you get the first color on it, which I think most of y'all have white, you go with a darker color, and I'm using chartreuse, and use about the same amount you did on the white.
To trim the white before you go to the chartreuse.
Yeah. On your top color, I try to make it a little bit longer than your bottom color was, just to kind of give it that angled, tapered look. And tie it right in front of the white. And you can trim that much of that off if you want to. We can always put thread over top of it and wrap it. So I mean, if you're getting 90% of it off there, you should be good.
All I could see was they were this color.
And I try to just cover up the rest of those butts. We got one more piece to tie in there.
A little bit longer or a little bit shorter, Mr. Chartreuse?
Longer. Because remember, that's the top of your fly.
that on top of the light?
You're tying in front of it, Cindy, but it's on top. And last but not least, he's got Crystal Flash. Where y'all at over here? I gotta get where his camera's at. It's Crystal Flash. In Chris's directions, it's 12 strands. Okay, so I don't know how much y'all have, but I think you take 4 or 5 complete strands and then double them and then cut them in half. That's 8, so it probably should be plenty. Tie it right in front of the top color. And you can kind of build it up a little bit to,
Make these a little longer than the.
yeah, make those a little longer than the other bucktail. I know it's hard to do when you're upside down, the hook's going everywhere, but. And then whip finish it and
You said cut those in half, or that's just gonna be.
well, if you got 4 strands and it's short, you make it 8, or you can, do 6 strands and make it 12. If somebody knows how to whip finish, can come do it. Hey, my night. I show you, y'all watch closely, I'll show you how not to do this.
It's recorded,
And I'm left-handed, so y'all really having a trip with this, huh?
recorded forever on YouTube.
I know,
With friends 4, right?
yeah. How not to do a whip finish. There you go. And that's it. The only thing you need to do is finish the head out. You can trim all those short pieces off. And what I usually do, I take a cigarette lighter and I just heat it and burn it. I didn't bring one with me. Is to put some UV resin on top of it.
I'll pass it around so y'all can do it.
Okay, and that's the fly. I can see where you can modify it, and put heavier weight down on the bottom and make it ride like the clouds are upside down. It'll ride like that way it is, but
What's this called?
Redfish.
rattle. Redfish rattle.
And the redfish rattle pattern, the redfish rattle version of this, according to Chris, is tied in white and tan to imitate the brim. And he tied it in white and red and white on white. For the creek fishing to do it, minnows.
Everybody good out there?
That kind of stuff.
Yep.
John, do you have enough materials to tie it?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
I didn't have any red buck, so I used a little brown. I just had a brown tail here with some white on it. I also had some red flash. So that
Oh, yeah, nice.
It'll work.
yeah, it'll work. And I guess we should put some junk on it, huh?
Yeah, you can put UV resin on it and finish it off with it. And that's it.
I used choose some white and brown and white. I mean, to catch,
No,
specs and,
Yeah, you can probably change the color patterns up any way you want to do it.
Each call.
Every time I tie that, it slips in.
That UV resin will help make sure that boat tail stays there. Hopefully. Well, Peter, now that you're retired, we're gonna have pictures of fish for this tomorrow, right?
Well, I'm catching up because I broke my thread, so I'm a little behind, but
Okay, well, go ahead.
I'm catching up.
yeah, think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean,
I think you adjust the beads you want to use, the type
right.
and to make it ride,
It's a nice looking fly.
hook up.
That's pretty strong.
That's a nice looking fly.
Might work.
Do we do it on this too, or just then?
No, all of it. Because it only took 20 minutes to tie it, so.
Are we gonna witness a miracle, we try to tie the same fly twice?
We are. Y'all ready? Y'all want to tie zoomers out there? I see it, John. Good. Looks, yeah, you have plenty of materials. Do y'all want to tie a second copy? Good. All right. Flip said yes, so his boat rules. So we'll go ahead and tie a second copy here.
Gotta get a hook.
I'll get it for you. You need butt tail and everything else.
Hey, no, really, I got enough.
Need some beads.
Yeah. Took me longer to put the beads on there than it did tie the fly.
Oh, you got.
Hey, Jim,
Sir,
yeah, are the beads, are they there for weight or are they there for a clacking sound?
that's a good question. I think Chris said it's kind of a little of both has been used and. But I got these, I tied this one today. See it? Well, let me get right here. And it's got the melon. You can hear them. You can hear, but
Yeah.
close to it. So they're a little heavier. And I guess you have to learn to adjust how much slack you got in that monofilament to make it rattle. I imagine if it's hitting off of rocks or something hard, it probably would, but down
Yeah.
here we fish with sandy bottom, so it probably wouldn't have much to do with that.
Gotcha.
I never fished it till tomorrow, so
Yeah,
I'll take it with me tomorrow. I'll use it.
I got my one here somewhere up top.
I had it right there.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody got their stuff? Mr. Perkins? Oh, you watching? Here's mine. Instructions.
Right. I would say tie it regular speed, but go slower again so I can learn more.
Come sit up here in front of the teacher then. Oh, up there, okay. All right, we got the hook. We're gonna wrap the thread again down to the hook point. And take the tag end off the hook.
3 for sure, but I figure in 2 weeks I just gonna release some fish.
Okay, we put the monofilament on top. Put your monofilament on there, wrap it down. If I get going too fast, if somebody stop. You got the monofilament on there? Okay.
I'm surprised. He hadn't been able to get, he can't, you know, 1 or 2 fish.
After you get the monofilament secured, put your 2 beads on there.
Just something different.
Same thing. It's a test to see if I can do it twice in a row.
You can always go for 3 hours time.
And today, when I tied this other one, I was using a 10-pound test, but it was chameleon line. It's a little heavier than this. It made it a little easier for those beads to stay away from the hook. Okay. Caught up, Mike? You ready?
Oh.
Okay, put your 2 beads on there. Bend it over and tie it about mid hook. Or start wrapping mid hook. And then let's go. And on this one, if you notice, I got it too far back there. Pull them up to something like that, or maybe a little longer. Yeah, that's, and then, you know, then we wrap it back. I wrap it back over that monofilament to secure it. And then trim it off. I was wondering if you put colored beads on there, put a red and white one or a green and white one or whatever.
Red, white, and blue.
I got some beads that have rattles in them, but they're big.
I got some, I guess you could tie a rattle.
Fast as I lose things like this, I don't even get too long.
I guess when you jerk it, it's just attached together. I mean.
You good, Mike? Well, I was waiting for you to tell me, so you're good. Okay, all right.
So I guess do that, right?
Okay, so we got it all together. Go up about 1/4 back from the hook eye of the hook length. You get the lighter colored bucktail. Turn, invert the hook. Almost there. And tie in your white bucktail.
Is that White River? Yeah, let me get you.
It is secured on there and there's an end somewhere. Trim the ends off of it. Best you can.
Oh, man. 2 inches. We just wrapped that up. Just.
And after we just repeat the process with the other color.
Yeah, that's what I'm using. Utilize worms. First time I fished the White River, we didn't catch anything with a fly rod. And the guy had a mechanism. And they were I was following rainbows up to the surface.
All right, the last step is to put the flash on there. All right, and last, then I'll quit, finish, and we're through. And this flash, trim it just a little bit longer than the hair, than the bucktail. It should be good to go. Oh boy, here we go.
Through time there. I have a question. Is that the thicker pine thread that you're using?
It's 140. I think that's the only thing I own.
70 work. I tied mine with 70. It works fine. I don't think it matters. Well, I'm a little 140 kind of guy. 70s. Pros.
Let's get that.
All right, everybody good to go? And that-
Yeah, let me-
I can see a lot of modifications that can come to be used on this.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, brass beads, tungsten beads, all sorts of things.
Is that right?
All right, I'm gonna go back to the Zoom screen for everybody here.
No. You did it right.
All right, looks good. What do y'all think? Peter, if you're deep lakes, you might have to put some weight to get it down, or sinking line. Be good with sinking line, sink tip or something would be good.
Oops. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a deadly fly. Thanks so much.
Yep. Let me draw off our materials here real quick, y'all. We here, give me a ticket since I'm still here. Well, since you're still here, okay.
Do I get a ticket?
No. Well, give me his ticket. Okay. Thank you, sir. All right.
How much response do we have to put our whole water?
Richard, you want to cross or cross a ticket out of here? All right. We have ticket 483. That would be me. Oh, my God. You made it. They started around a little bit, so it's okay. All right, there's your about 20 bully bluegill spider mature.
You did tie that one, so you know how to do
Yeah,
that.
he did tie that one, that's right. The all right, what do y'all think? Good fly?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Y'all thank Chris Williams.
you.
Yeah, thank Chris Williams for it.
And it's on his blog.
Next month, we're going to kind of shift toward trout flies a little bit since it's getting trout season, but of course it would be a decent bluegill fly. We're going to tie lightning bug. And a lightning bug is nymph, a jig nymph with the beathead jig nymph with holographic tinsel for the body, and it has the front thorax is peacock, and it has pheasant tail and pheasant legs on the front of it. So we're gonna tie that next month, and probably a size 12, though fishing it a 14 would probably be better just to make it easier to tie. We'll tie it in a 12, but you can Google it. There's a bunch of versions of it out there, but it's a good looking fly. So we're going to tie that one for our final year tying in November.
What's the name again, Bill?
The lightning bug. It's a lightning bug nymph. And there's jigged and non-jigged versions of it out there. It's basically it's much like a pheasant tail with those legs in the front, except it has that tinsel body on it. So that's where the lightning bug comes from. And it can be tied in silver, brown, a bunch of different colors.
Cool.
Yep. So that'll be our final one for the year in November. All right, folks.
All right, thank you.
All right, I'm gonna close the Zoom out. If anything else, Flip, Mark, John, Peter.
Good night.
join us tonight.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Great fly.
All right, thanks a lot, y'all.